Yes, gentle people, good people, welcome again to another episode of the Reggaecy. This is episode
22.
22.
Yeah.
Where we welcome to the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall as you know it, and by discussing topics, current topics that are within the industry and culture. We try to go a little deeper sometime, and hope you guys like that we had something else and not just the gossip or the music itself, but to give our own opinion, and we welcome your opinion as well. We've been getting more opinions, keep them coming. We like them. We try to respond to everyone. And remember to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, as we've said before. Now, you know me as Oliver, Shane, and Randy in the Adidas. The bad Adidas stuff there.
I beat on them love beat me up in the dog.
Yo, people, talk the truth. You know, say
I be a plain t-shirt never start here.
Yo, talk the truth, people though. Please comment, cause the man always a rock some hot sweatsuit and thing. But yeah, it bad.
Manners are
Anyway.
You're gonna start keep it 100% black like all the man them, you know what I mean? Yeah, black and black. Straight like that. But then again, when I have a whole lot more color in the phone background than me still. So but yeah man. Man. So let's get into it now.
Yeah man. So we're going to a topic, and this topic related to one of the elder man, one of the legend in a dancehall music, right? But the focus is not only about him, but it's a topic we kind of discussed before, and we're gonna link the other discussion in the comment section so that you can see where we've discussed the similar issue before. And the issue we're speaking of is Beenie Man. Beenie Man recently did an interview on Entertainment Report, and he made some comments about the young people, saying that, oh, they're doing trap music, they're trapping the music, and he feels that this is destroying dancehall, and so to speak. Now, we've talked about this before, and I want to know, I'm going to go to Randy because he's in another location. So I want to hear your point of view first. What do you feel about Beenie Man's comment? You've read the article. Any other comment about that article?
Yeah. So Beenie Man's been doing this for a while. He's been doing this for a while in reference.
Doing what?
Basically, in my opinion, he's been picking on the younger people for a while. And where I think it's stemming from is it's not so much about him categorize it and put it in a box for say the trap music and the trap dancehall thing.
Yes.
But it seems like whenever Beenie Man cannot have his way, especially with the young and up and coming artists, him style them up, him diss them up.
Do you think he has an entitlement attitude?
Of course, because
do you think it's warranted given his credibility?
Him put in work, no one can't deny that. But at the same time, some people would have said, even a like a dancehall artist, legendary dancehall artist, would have said him is a self-proclaimed king. Nobody never crowned him king. You know?
Because him and Yellow Man been beefing about that.
Yeah, but it's not only just him and Yellow Man. If somebody can tell me who crowned Beenie Man king, I cannot. We can't trace back and find who crowned Beenie Man king.
I mean, him did get an award at Sumfest.
So Sumfest, I don't remember the year.
But I don't remember if a king him did get an award.
Yeah, man, them Sumfest, if anything.
So
we would say crowned.
But him did do that before. I felt like he was doing that before that.
He was, and the point of me I try and make is Beenie Man not setting up example, so to speak, in the business. Him not bringing.
You mean from what we can see?
Yes, from what we can see. And I don't think like him put effort into introducing and growing enough talent from what we can see again, right? Basically I grew up in a dance hall. We can't say that about everybody here on this panel. You know what I mean? It's the music from our homeland. We grew up in it. And not against being a man, and he's a very entertaining, very talented artist. But I just feel like he is picking on the younger folks. Most specifically, the Six Automobile, and again, specifically, the young youth when he what name again? Daddy One.
Oh,
right? So in the artist, in the article, in the interview, of course, Beenie Man made clear to mention that he did not put his hands on Daddy One, and he's not responsible for that, right? in reference to Daddy One must disrespect him and say suck him mother, and excuse my language again, because this is not really language where we want to continue to use over the years, but just as reference people. And him get box. No, we tell you the truth. That is embarrassment is them say embarrassment as small as a mustard seed would make a killer man. It's if that go on and Beenie Man continue to push the narrative, say the youth them a trap dancer and a kind of prod and a press them. It's like him a pick on them.
He made an inflammatory comment. I'm going to make for cut you, Randy. I just want to segue because you mentioned that. In the article, he said, these young kids, something, I'm paraphrasing, look at you as if they want to stab you in the chest with a knife. And I thought that was unnecessary.
Definitely.
Because it gives this idea like they are that aggressive towards him then.
Right.
And to me, that's a false narrative. To say somebody want to stab you. You know what I mean?
And for me, again, it's like him say it because him anticipate. It's almost like him anticipate something to come back from what happened. You understand? But in the first place, like I said, me can't say you're totally responsible. But if you have an entourage and you can't control your entourage, you see me? Whatever your entourage do, honestly speaking, here in the United States, if Cardi B go out with our crew and our crew violated somebody, most of the time Cardi B get sued, she have to go through some kind of something for that.
Right. The difference is Jamaican legal system and court system is a little different. Plus street cred, you're not gonna really find another artist, sue another artist in Jamaica.
Yeah. So yeah, but to me, yo, like me said, that's a real violation to box someone in the face, yo. Like
right.
And again, the bigger subject though is why aren't the youths allowed to pursue whatever endeavors they choose to? Because for one, nobody never hand anything to them. Right?
Correct.
It's not there was no easy gateway into dancehall that was made for them. Yes,
as a matter of fact, the new people, it's changed, right?
Right.
They don't have the same ability to even make links in America. And to be honest, I think that's why you see, and I think the older artists are saying they're the ones getting the collab. You're the ones getting the collab because you are who the people know.
Yes.
These kids at Javilani they're not known because they are not being played here like back in the days. And I don't think it's just the quality of the music. The business has changed overall. Labels aren't coming to reggae for acts anymore like before.
Yeah.
So it's unfair. But go ahead, Randy. Sorry for...
Yeah. I mean, I really want to capture the entire thing. We can go back and forth.
No,
you know what I mean? If she ain't even have anything to say to go and interject. But we don't want to capture the whole thing. But in my
opinion, we'll open the floor and go back and forth because I think this is a very deep topic.
Yeah. In my opinion, but in my opinion, Shane, it's unwarranted. And unless you've been introducing the world to new people and paving the way, you pave the way as far as what you do, right? But it kind of self-serving and selfish. You did what your career, Beenie Man career seemed like it was all for him and not for anyone else. You dig?
So you agree with Randy?
I mean, actually, regardless of what they did, right? In the sense of whoever they developed in the business and all that stuff, none of them still don't have the right, to tell a person how their creative delivery should be. You get what I'm saying? You can teach them how they can be better at whatever it is they're trying to do.
I teach them the business.
I teach them the business side of it, but nobody could tell Picasso how to paint. And that was a part of his rebellion and why he chose that style of painting. People call it ugly. Because if you just want to paint a picture like how the person look, just take a picture. Yeah, that was his idea.
So I know she an artist, the man.
Right?
Some artist quote here. Because
yeah, because it's true. Why? Like I feel like life is art. Everything you look at came from art, right? And as an elder, you have no right, regardless of who you are. Period. You don't have no right to tell the younger ones coming up, evolving in their own right and stepping in their own direction. You're not these persons' fathers or anything like that. You get what I'm saying? They're their own men and their own artists painting their own picture. You get what I'm saying? I don't agree with all of what they do. Right? Some of them it's just violence. I don't like it, but I still don't have a right to tell them what to do or what to say or what not to say. Mm-hmm. I have a choice to not listen to that or not entertain it, but I don't have any power over that, and nobody does. Right? So I don't agree with them with how he's going towards it. And periodically, it's a case where these older artists, they feel as if, oh, you should respect me because I am this and I am that.
He mentioned that in the article.
Yeah, and I don't believe that. Regardless of who you are, if you can't respect me, there's no way I'm going to respect
goes
you.
Both ways.
And I don't care who you are or how much power you have and who you know. Yeah. Respect goes both ways. We are, these are men amongst men. They talk about these kids or these young youths. They're still grown men. Yes. Don't deal with them like they're some minorities.
Yeah.
Like some minors, I mean. You know what I mean? They're grown men doing their own thing. You have no right to be talking down to them like they're children and they don't know anything.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't respect me, I'm not going to respect you. You get what I'm saying? So I can see from that point of view where probably they'll be like, yo, forget about that brother because him not rate we.
Yeah.
So if what I'm have to say.
Sure.
Or feed up pin. I don't care what you ask me. I do my thing, I make my money and do what me have to do.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
But
so
yeah.
So I feel as if, he's doing all of that because they are not letting him in their circles.
I feel the same way.
You know what I mean? For him, because I feel as if Beenie Man is one of those artists that
because you get to manipulate them.
So I wanna I'm glad you bring that up because I feel like this is one of his ploy as well. And he might be upset our people if he's done this before. He did it with Cartel, and as soon as Cartel had his issues, or even prior to the issues when things kind of simmer, and there was a point where it seemed Cartel wasn't as hot as before, he kind of distanced himself. And Beenie Man is very clever at spinning the narrative in the media, in my opinion. He's very media trained, in my opinion, on how things are presented about him. And he's good at flipping the script. Now, to just go back to the article, he's saying he's doing it his way, right? And the kid's not listening to him. Who did he listen to? When Beenie Man came in the game, Beenie Man didn't sound like Yellow Man. He didn't sound like Uri. He didn't sound like Buju. He didn't sound like Shaba or Ninja Man. right?
Right.
He made his own. Well, that's a whole other story.
That's a whole other story.
A story that I'm not going to go into here.
Because
as to how his sound came around.
You Oliver, me I said, Beenie Man is a pirate artist. He thief everybody's style. And he never get the opportunity for getting at the youth them camp to thief some of them style. And that's why I'm vexed.
I think there's a generation gap as well. Remember when there was if you guys knew, there was a thing came out that Future was saying, y'all want old ass Puffy in my room. Like there was something came out saying Future was in a hotel and Puffy wanted to party and hang out with him. And he was like, y'all want that old ass dude in my room.
Right.
Like there's a difference in generation. And I'm not saying anything about age or old. I'm just saying Beenie Man has to realize that these are young people. They're younger than him. He should be guiding them.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying they don't respect him or this. And if you notice, he only mentioned Ramesh and TJ and Popcorn. I think it's very specific that he only mentioned the dancehall artists that are very current and doing their thing. Right? Not saying the other ones aren't, but they're on he actually mentioned Ramesh. So by mentioning Ramesh, I think he gets the old Ramesh gang, Shensia, Ding. That's personally what I thought.
Strategic when him do.
Right.
Do is strategic.
And that's what I think. I think sometimes Beenie Man thinks the rest of dancehall is stupid. And he's the only one that's clever. And he spins these little words and phrases. And like I go back with the knife. He knows what he's doing when he said that.
So hold on again, Oliver. Because we don't want nobody feel like we are saying Beenie Man a genius.
No, Beenie Man a star. Yo.
No. Look, let me explain. We don't want nobody say we as a Beenie Man a genius. Because from my perspective, most of the time when I listen to Beenie Man conversations and in interviews, him not come off as not intellect, him come off as a local man where love spin sauce. And
I don't think I'm not saying that. No, I'm just saying he thinks that he is. So he plays these little manipulation with the media. He's good at that.
That's true.
I think that's how back in the days he used to pull out Bunty all the time because he realized Bunty temper at the time, or Bunty was a man of stand up for who he is. So he would say certain little things to instigate and then go, oh, let me back off. Now, people, please comment. We're not talking about him as an artist or a musician. He deserves what all the accolades, the Grammys, DJ of the Year. He's been for a long time. We're talking about this specific interview and his issues with the young people. He said that they're trapping, they turn it into trap. So they are trapping the music. This is a silly statement.
That was just an opportunity to play on the word trap.
But trap hip hop is selling, right?
So
in my opinion, people like him is who's trapping the music because he's trying to tell people what type of reggae or what is dancehall. And he said that in the article, and this is my issue with them. You don't control dancehall or what dancehall sound like or should sound like.
You never build a dancehall school. You know what I'm saying?
They think it's going to sound like this 25 years from now? They want everyone to sound like the 90s? 50 years from now?
And first of all, again, not first of all. In the same line, I thought, you remember when we were going to school, high school in Jamaica, Oliver?
Yes.
You see how we talk now? I
Yes.
guarantee a majority of the younger folks right now going to high school and stuff, they're more proper with them English.
Okay.
You see me? We even interact with a lot of females or whatever, younger, and told them proper with them English. I'm like, yo, why we never embrace it back then? So it's like a different generation, bro. And whether it's being a man and the only man I do it, but to the level where I take it, and then I go out time where in the media and interviews.
All the time.
Yeah. So basically
he's trying to build an audience.
Because it's right.
Yeah, man. So go back to what Sean Paul was saying. as far as not in the sense of saying clash is what a lot of artists wait on, but these actions, it's like, okay, you want to steer controversy and keep controversy around you to get you back in the limelight. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is a lot of the energy is gearing towards that kind of a result.
Yes, instead of talking about what music he's doing.
Exactly.
There's enough space for both. And we've said this before, and this is the part that bothers me. Leave the kids alone, or the youth, them, the young people, them to do what they're doing. Keep making your 90s sounding dancer.
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping Beenie Man from making. He's saying, oh, they're messing up the music. But you're here. Spraga is here. Other 90s artists are here.
Oliver.
So essentially, you're saying we're losing to them then.
Shane.
That's what you're essentially saying.
Oliver and Shane. So what I have to say to the people that will agree with Beenie Man and think him to continue to do the foolishness for him. Because there are some people we agree with Beenie Man for say the youth them a trap dancehall. Some of them agree with him to the extent we say them not like the new sound of dancehall. Some of them agree with him again to the extent we say bring back the whole dancehall and some
but
of
it
them
didn't go anywhere.
But some of them mindset stuck in the 90s.
It didn't go anywhere. They're still doing it. So keep doing it.
Them stuck in the 90s. Them stuck in the 1990s dancehall. Them stuck in the early 2000s. Them not really into what the youth them, the product what the youth them are push.
So he mentioned Popcorn. Popcorn doesn't do trap per se. But Popcorn isn't a traditional, to me, sounding dancehall artist anymore, especially nowadays. I think he's more world music in a sense. He still can DJ. And this is not a knock on Popcorn, but I actually like what he's doing. So I just think this is foolish. I mean, some people might be offended, but I don't think Sean Paul's song just the beats that Sean Paul are on are traditional dancehall beats.
No.
And they used to knock him for it too.
Exactly.
Yeah, knocking him is not doing anything.
How come we don't hear this from Sean Paul or Shaggy?
So what I'm saying is, because they're still thinking local, they're still thinking about, like I said before, in this scenario again, is like Beenie Man, like a lot of those artists from that era, they're doing everything they can to relive the glory days.
But they don't have to tear down the kids.
I'm glad Shane said that.
Because that's the only way they're going to be able to do that.
They have their fan base.
That's not enough.
I'm happy. Look.
Well, they're not going to reclaim that.
So I'm going to share a train of thought with you guys. And I want to tell me if you agree.
Sorry.
Do you get the sense that Beenie Man, if he's not the biggest thing and the main focus, he's upset?
He has a God complex. It's always me. I've said this before, probably in private conversations. It's not the first he's done this. It's attention seeking. It has to be on Beenie Man. And if it's not on Beenie Man, the way he goes about it is to create controversy. There are several times I felt like he used to just pick issues with Bounty just to get back into the...
It's okay to be competitive, right? But when you are... It's almost like a David versus Goliath kind of thing. The youth, them just up and coming. Them a try to find them way. Them not secure yet in exactly how them are going to continue to present themselves. You know what I'm saying?
And they're taking care of their families.
Exactly. So why? People, I mean, overall again, people, I don't want, because right now it feels like, again, I listen to everything my co-host Oliver and Shane saying, plus myself, it seems like we're
all on one side.
Yeah, we're bashing Beenie Man, right? I just want you all to share with us your feelings, right? If you like what we are saying, give me a like. If you feel like the content what we are trying to deliver, we are trying to do it in a responsible manner, or we're off or objective or subjective, whichever way, would I like hear your opinions, please, because honestly speaking, again, I don't know if you all are familiar with what went down, which is what we're trying to share. Again, if you're not, let me just try to summarize it a little. There was a young man by the name of Daddy One out of the Six.
But previous to that, remember, he had booked them for his summer sizzle show.
Yes.
And they didn't perform. And then he came on the media and bashed them that the Six don't know how to do business, blah, blah, blah. That was not necessary.
And they were, and from my understanding, they were never booked.
They're saying the
properly.
Business, they said it wasn't done professionally.
Right. It was just a case where he expected them to come and perform for free.
Right. No money was passed.
Yes.
And, you know,
artists,
I don't know if that's true, but that's what they were saying.
I think me hear a thing where they must say about artists not charge artists. While that may have been a thing in the past, yo, that's not everybody not agree with that. So it's almost like favor for a favor, because you've heard that term before.
Yeah, but he's the one making all the money from the summer sizzle. So they're supposed to just perform free and he pays no artist fee. How does that make any sense?
Oh, them look about in a rate, man. Oh, a box one of them in time I see them. You see me?
It's not right. But
me are the dancehall king. And
the
me
God
are the girl
will
them.
change. The gods has changed.
Look like them forget so me are the girl them sugar. You see me? Simma, who got the keys to my beamer?
Yo, no, we're not. Yo, look. we all, I think, on this program, we listen to Beenie Man, right? We listen to some of his other music. I just want him to stay away from this.
Yo, the man
work on your music and leave the young people alone.
The man I'll go down to all I describe the man them demean and I diminish them, you know, basically I put them down.
As I've grown up in the business.
But I guess it's a challenging business, and I guess people, if you're into dancehall and you want to be a dancehall artist, you have to have thick skin, because it no matter who, big, tall, short, whatever, you gotta feel the pressure. And that Beenie Man basically I do the young youth them. So when them a complain to the young youth them nah this and nah that, part of the reason you have to look back on yourself. You blame the youth them, but look back on yourself in the mirror and realize you are part of the reason why the young youth them now strive and improve and take the business to another level, as most people would like. I mean, I think that enough said. Me really like me say, don't continue if you talk about Beenie Man and him young dancehall artist bashing, but I think if we choose another artist for bash, choose an old artist for bash. Bunty not unite with you again, because I'm a friend now. You know what I mean? Everything is Akuna Matata with Bunty and Beenie now. You see me? But
so he has to find some other.
He need to find somebody else for try style and put down. What right now?
Right, you have to put down to elevate. Right
now, in my opinion, Dexter that's a lead Beenie Man. Why am not try to pick on Dexter and see what
he won. So that's what we have for this topic. People comment. We can go on and on this topic, but we're gonna leave it here because I'm sure this is gonna come up again, because there's gonna be another artist bashing these younger artists. And we still haven't heard, for the most part, the younger artists bashing older artists in the media. I haven't heard it. Maybe if you've heard it, people, please share. But I don't think they're doing this.
You know what I like though? Because I believe closed mouth don't get fed. And would I like some feedback? Would I like some commentary or something from the younger artists to explain their side of things? Because
that's a good point.
It's the kind of business where if you don't say anything, people are gonna feel them are gonna take a side. Oh well, them not say nothing.
One-sided.
Yeah, well, them not say nothing. Even though he might try to drown out, but strategically think of how we own gonna deliver and stay on the piece.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.